Hi there, and thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to talk all about the distributive property. So, when we have two things inside of the parentheses that we can't combine, we are going to have to distribute this -3. So, when you have two things in here and one of them has a variable connected to it and one of them doesn't, that's when you know you need to multiply this number out here to each of the terms inside the parentheses. Okay, when the number is right by the parentheses, that implies multiply. And we are going to multiply this -3 by both of these things. Now, just to try and keep my negative signs right, I am going to change this to plus a -7. That way I know that negative sign is connected to the 7. All right, so I'm going to multiply -3 times 6 is going to give me -18r. I bring that right down here. And then a -3 times a -7 is going to give me a +21. And then I bring down my equals 147. Now, I need to get rid of this -18 and this 21 from this left side because I want my variable by itself. And if you need help with two-step equations, I encourage you to watch the video I made on that. So that will help you know where to start. But I am going to subtract this 21, subtract it from this side, and these are going to cancel, and I'll be left with -18r equals, and then 147 minus 21 is 126. Okay, I have one step left, and that is to divide by -18. Divide by -18. These will cancel, and I will be left with r equals 126 divided by -18 is -7. And if I wanted to, I could check my answer. I could take this -7, plug it in here. 6 times -7 is -42. Plus another -7 would give me -49. So -49 times -3 should give me 147. Okay, so let's do another one. Here we go. So as soon as you start feeling a little more comfortable with these, feel free to pause the video, solve it on your own, and then unpause and see if we got the same answer. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute this 4 to both of the terms inside the parentheses. I'm just going to rewrite this 120. 4 times 6 is 24. And then I might go like this, plus a negative, just to remember that that negative sign is connected to that 4m. 4 times 4 is 16, but it's a negative. So I'm going to put plus a -16m. Okay, I just need to get rid of this -16 and this 24. I'm going to get rid of the 24 first by subtracting. These will cancel, and I will be left with 96 on this side, and then equals -16m. Okay, my last step is to divide by -16. Divide by -16, these will cancel, and I will be left with 96 divided by -16 is going to give me -6. M equals -6. Don't forget, a positive divided by a negative always gives you a negative. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, here is a little bit longer of a problem, but I am still going to follow the same steps. So the first thing I'm going to do over here is distribute this 4 to both of the terms inside the parentheses. And the reason I'm doing that is because I can't combine the things inside of the parentheses, and I am trying to get them out of the parentheses. Okay, so I'm just going to copy down the rest of my problem. Now, 4 times 6 is 24. Can't forget this negative sign is attached to that 4n. So 4 times -4 is -16n. So I could either write -16n or I could write plus a -16n. Means the same thing. Okay, so at this point, I see that I have a -3n and a negative 16n on the same side of the equal sign. And when that happens, I can just combine those. Just remember, a negative and another negative, when you add those together, is going to give you an even greater negative. So this negative 3n and negative 16n are going to combine to negative 19n. And then I still have this 24. And then on this left-hand side, I have 157. Okay, I am going to get rid of my plus 24 by subtracting 24, subtracting 24. These will cancel. And then 157 minus 24 is 133 equals negative 19n. My very last step is to divide by that negative 19. Divide by negative 19. These will cancel. And then 133 divided by negative 19. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. And 133 divided by negative 19 is 7. So I'm going to get n equals negative 7. Okay, we are just going to do one more, but I'm going to throw in a fraction. Okay, we are going to follow the same procedure we've been doing. I am going to pass out this negative 8 to each of the terms inside the parentheses. So, negative 8 times positive 7 is negative 56. Can't forget about my n. And then negative 8 times 11 over 4. If you want to do this on the side, you could write negative 8 over 1 times 11 over 4. And I really like to reduce as I go with fractions. I do have a video about simplifying fractions, so if you don't know what I'm doing, you're welcome to watch that. But 4 goes into both of these numbers, so I'm going to simplify this, and then I'm going to multiply it. So 2 times 11, negative 22, because we have that negative sign, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So I could write negative 22 over 1, but I could also just write negative 22. Same number. Okay, and then I have a minus n equals 320. Now, just like the last problem, I notice that I have negative 56n and I have this negative n on the same side as the equal sign. So when that happens, just like the last problem, I can combine them. So this is negative 56, and this one, since it doesn't have a number out in front, that implies that there's a 1 there, just 1n. Okay, so a negative 56 and a negative 1 is going to give me negative 57 minus, ooh, I can't forget my n, minus 22 equals 320. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this negative 22 or subtract 22 by adding 22. Adding 22, these cancel. I'm left with negative 57n equals 342. Okay, I'm almost done. I just need to divide both sides by negative 57. Divide by negative 57. These will cancel. And then a positive divided by a negative is a negative. And 342 divided by 57 is 6. So I am going to get n equals negative 6. Okay, I hope that helps you with the distributive property. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe in the bottom right corner. Just comment any other problems you may need help with, and I am so happy to help you guys.